Hi everyone, this is Liz from Creative Life of Liz, and I'm here to share my 2026 Book Bujo setup pages. This is in an Artist Loft dot grid. I could probably pull off the sticker here on the back that tells me that it's an Artist Loft dot grid at this point. Well, that's not tearing super beautifully. I hate it when this happens and I start to just think this is gonna be easy, peel it off, and then it's not. Okay, got it. That turned out fine. But an Artist Loft dot grid here from Michaels. I plan to do all of my setup live on camera, but it also took me like 2+ hours. So I took all of the stuff that we talked about when I did my prep video, and I've been setting it up over the course, actually I think it was more than 2 hours, of a couple of evenings, things like that. So I'm just gonna flip you through what it's looking like now. This gorgeous mulberry color definitely kind of sent me in a particular direction. So I pulled out this huge stack of kind of rose gold washi tapes from JoAnn's. They all go together and I think they're really cute, so I pulled that out. I also pulled out this violet zebra mild liner, and then I pulled out these 2 packs of little like florally related stickers that I got from AliExpress like 10 years ago. Just because I had them still. And then I also pulled out this dark red Pilot juice pen in 0.38. It's very much this kind of like burgundy mauve color. And then I also had my Mincho fine liners. So I pulled all of that stuff out to use in my setup so that it all kind of goes with the cover, I think. So starting at the beginning, I used 4 of those little stickers to put the 2026 down the side, and then I just have a reads log and then the little guy there. I think it turned out pretty cute, and you can see that the color of that washi goes really well with these end pages, so I thought that was super nice, and I'm excited to be using that there. Going on to the back, I did stick a little sticker and a grid guide label down here, but I just drew a couple of lines and gave the total count for each, and then I did some math here. You can see this mauve color goes really well with the mauve that is the planner here. So I just set it up this way. I don't really need it to physically have the numbers, things like that. I think that worked out pretty well. This is my contents page. I haven't set up any contents yet. I'll get there eventually. Then we moved to what should be more contents pages, but I made into very busy goals pages. So I used some stickers to be able to label everything. I covered up all the labels that existed with this heart gold washi. I added a little bit down here for lines that I don't need. Over here, we now have a pixel for every single day, months across the top, dates down the side, and filled in the dates that I don't need. I am also going to do, so this is for my read every day. I should probably specify that. I'm just going to fill in that I did read each of the days that I read. I decided to put a monthly themes box here. I don't know if I'm going to put in like full themes or if I'm just going to kind of put in like the pens that I use across, but I think it's cute just to have something here to track it all as a whole, and it'll go with my year in pixels then. And then on this side, I put in my physical goals. Personal goals. So this is monthly and weekly options. So I have read a owned physical TBR book every month, and then I just put the 12 months here for me to be able to kind of X out or highlight or something. Left a space. Then I have a history of science read every month. Again, the months, and left some space. And then a bookstagram or book sky picture twice per week. And then I listed all 53 weeks here. Technically, week 1 will be partially in 2025, but I'm just gonna make it work and it's gonna be fine. But I think that this is gonna turn out good and busy for sure, but I like that there's a lot of tracking that I can do just in this page. I know all the numbers and everything are not perfectly spaced. I know that the lines don't make perfect sense for the vertical, but it doesn't really bother me, and I know it's gonna be functional, which is the stuff that really matters. I then moved into my Romanceopoly setup. Again, I used one of those florals and some more of this washi to cover the bits that I don't need. So that's done and that's filled in. These are the main curriculum components. It has the core curriculum, Romantic Arts, which is contemporary, and then Paranormal Studies, which is paranormal reading. So that covers my core curriculum, my major, and my minor. And then I'm going to fill in my electives over here, a little description of what happens. there, and I'll have the books here. I might end up filling in the things that label this here. I might end up filling them in with colors to associate with each of these, but not strictly necessary, so I might just leave it, and I think it looks fine the way it is as well. I then a little bit cheated on this setup, and I left 2 blank spreads. The reason for this is that Romanceopoly has 4 clubs, which each have 4 prompts, and then it also has 4 seasonal events, which each have 4 prompts. And so I could set it up where I try to get through all the clubs on one page and then all the seasonal on the next. However, there's also monthly study sessions, which are like book club reads. And I could end up doing extra electives beyond the 5 required electives. So I haven't completely decided how I want to set this up. And I'm a little bit thinking I might just start doing it in my Notion tracker. And then as I start to make progress, I might actually fill these in a little bit later as I have a sense of how the year is going. So I'm just leaving them blank for now, and we're just gonna go with it. I then move into the TBR-a-thon map of stories. This is hosted by Leandra, the TBR0. And this is basically 12 categories, which each have a genre and 3 prompts to go with them. And I just filled them in over the course of these 2 pages because I think it's cute. I put a little truck at the bottom because I had the space. You can technically double up, but I'll just write the prompt. Like I'll write the name of the book twice if it's covering more than 1 prompt or whatever that looks like. But this covers 6 here and then 6 here. I can technically address them in any order. I don't have to do it 1 category per month. So I'm probably just gonna address it as I go because trying to get to the gold badges, meaning you do all 3 prompts with the book or books being in the genre, is already gonna be a stretch for me because I don't read a ton in some of these genres. Horror, for example. So I think that it's going to be enough of a push for me that I don't want to add in additional complications of having to do the reads during particular months. So I got that set up, and then from there, I've got nothing. This is where I'm going to put in January on this page. But I think it's looking pretty good. I know this is only a couple of readathons, which is far less than I usually do in a year, but they're both bulky readathons, and I think that it's for the best for me to take a step back from the year-long ones a little bit, because sometimes they end up being really frustrating in December when I just want to read holiday reads and I get stuck trying to fulfill ends of prompts so that I can be a completionist. So I think this is really the best bet for me, and so this is what I'm going to go with this year. But I am really excited about 2026. So as always, please like and subscribe below if you haven't already. I really appreciate it. It helps me out. Let me know what readathons you're going to participate in 2026, or what reads you're excited about, or recommendations for reads for me. I want to hear it all. And then if you don't have anything that you want to say, leave me a rose emoji just to say hi. Lots of roses in the setup, and I think that would be really cute. And then follow me on Instagram and Blue Sky at Creative Life of Lays. You'll see in progress and finished spreads. I tag the shops. I show you bits and pieces of my life, what I'm reading, all that good stuff. And until next time, bye.